Have you ever felt weighed down by the worries and burdens of life, wondering if there's a way to truly find peace? In a quiet, ancient forest, nestled between towering trees and whispering streams, there lived a monk known simply as Tenzin. Tenzin was gentle and kind, revered for his calm presence and wisdom. Yet despite his outward serenity, deep inside, he carried a weight, a restless worry about the future and the pain of his own past. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Tenzin wandered into the woods for his nightly walk. His feet tread softly on the leaf-strewn path as he muttered to himself, "How can I ever be free from this heaviness?" Suddenly, from the thicket, emerged a fox with fur as red as autumn leaves. The fox's eyes held an unusual brightness, serene and knowing. "Why do you walk with such a heavy heart, monk?" the fox asked, sitting down beside Tenzin as if they were old friends. Tenzin sighed, "I carry many worries and fears. The past haunts me and the future scares me. How do I release this weight?" The fox nodded slowly. "Let me tell you a story." Curious and yearning for relief, Tenzin sat and listened. In a distant valley, there was a crow who wished to fly higher than any bird. Every day, he strained his wings, pushing himself beyond what seemed possible. But instead of reaching the skies, he grew exhausted and disheartened. One day, he noticed an eagle soaring effortlessly above. "How do you fly so high?" the crow asked. The eagle replied, "I do not fight the wind, I use it. When you fight your burdens, you tire. But if you understand and accept them, you can rise above." Tenzin pondered this, the fox's story stirring something inside him. "Accepting my burdens," Tenzin whispered. "But how? Won't they just weigh me down?" The fox's eyes gleamed softly. "Imagine wearing a heavy cloak. At first, you resist it, trying to shrug it off or hide it. Yet when you stop fighting and simply let it rest on your shoulders, you learn its texture, its warmth, its shape. You find balance in carrying it. That balance gives you strength." Tenzin's gaze lifted to the stars beginning to twinkle. "So, acceptance is not surrender, it's understanding, it's harmony." "Yes," the fox smiled, a gentle curve in its lips. "When you stop running from your worries and face them gently, they lose their power to drag you down." As the night deepened, Tenzin closed his eyes and breathed deeply, imagining his worries not as chains but as friends he could carry and learn from. From that day forward, Tenzin's steps grew lighter, not because the burdens vanished, but because he danced with them rather than being crushed by them. Days turned to months, and travelers who came to seek his counsel noticed a new radiance in the monk's presence. He shared the fox's story with them, not as a recipe for quick escape, but as a guide toward gentle courage. One afternoon, a young woman visited Tenzin, eyes full of tears, tormented by fear and doubt. "Master, how do I find peace when my heart is a storm?" she asked. Tenzin smiled softly and recounted the story of the crow and the eagle. "Peace comes not from silence around us, but a silence within. When you accept the storm, you can learn to dance in the rain." The woman's tears slowed, and a fragile hope flickered. In the end, Tenzin's greatest lesson was simple but profound. Life's burdens are not enemies to destroy, but companions to understand. Through acceptance, not resistance, we unlock the power to rise. So, dear friend, the next time you feel overwhelmed by your worries or fears, remember the wise fox and the crow's flight. Embrace your burdens with kindness, learn their shape, and find your balance. You will never feel weak again, not because your troubles disappear, but because you will discover the strength within to carry them with grace. And that is a power no storm can take away.